Listen, I didn't shave underneath my armpits, which is why I don't really ever wear no sleeve tops, but we're here. YOLO. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be sitting down and filming an old school makeup tutorial. I know, I'm throwing it back a little bit. I've recently had the itch to create a very pretty, sultry, sexy, blown out bronze smoky eye ever since I picked up the Natasha Denona bronze palette. Now, if you're new here, I rarely ever pick up high-end eyeshadow palettes to film with on my channel, but when I do, you best believe there's a dupes video coming soon. So I will have a dupe alert video comparing this to an affordable palette on the market, so stay tuned and make sure your notifications are turned on because that will be up within about a week. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you guys press that subscribe button because it's completely free, and if it's free, it's for me. So if it's free, I know it's for you too. With that being said, I'm really excited to put some makeup on this face, so let's zoom in and let's get started. So now that I have you guys zoomed in, I quickly want to say this. I did spot conceal and I did already moisturize and prime. That is why my acne scarring is completely covered up right now, mainly because it's just not something pretty to look at, and I don't want you guys to be so caught up on my acne as opposed to the eye makeup. Like, we're here for the eyes, not my pimples. So now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with eyeshadow primer. I will be using the Alter Ego eyeshadow base. This is actually a new eyeshadow primer that I am trying out, and I'm excited about it. I lost like my P. Louise base too, so I'm trying to find a good one. So this definitely has more of a milky consistency, which is nice. It doesn't do a lot of muting, but I can definitely see how this could be a good lightweight eyeshadow primer. I did already have a little bit of concealer on my lid in case you guys were curious. So I don't think I've been this excited about a palette in a minute. This here is the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I do have the GLAM palette. If you guys want me to use that in a video, let me know. But honey, this is stunning. It definitely pulls very warm, so definitely keep that in mind. If you're not really into super warm orangey shadows, this probably is not going to be your stilo, but for me, I'm ready to dive into it. I'm going to first start off with this shade right here. It's called Beach. It is a really pretty soft brown. I'm going to take that on an M441 by Morphe, and I'm going to rock this in my crease. So the next shade I'm taking here is called Ridge. I'm going to start tapping this in my outer V area and really building up that intensity. We're going to keep going with the smoke. I'm going to take the shade called Magma. It's such a beautiful mulberry. I'm going to take this on the outer V and I'm just going to go in big circular motions to intensify and really add that smoke. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't 100% tempted to keep my eyes completely matte because of how well they're blending. Like, you know when you have a good matte shadow, blends very creamy and buttery onto the lids that you just don't even want to mess around with shimmer? That's how I'm feeling right now. But I definitely want to use some of the shimmers from within this palette. But first, I am going to take one of the No Budge shadow sticks by e.l.f. This is in the shade Champagne Crystal. How crazy is this? I ordered a set online and then I got a set in PR. This one says it's Champagne Crystal, but this one also says it's Champagne Crystal. Like, the packaging, completely different. Very strange. Same thing happened with this one right here. It's called Copper Chic. Looks completely different, but they're both copper chic.
You're gonna have to trust me.
Just me. Anyways, besides that, I will be using both shades today. I'm going to first start off with the No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Champagne Crystal. It is a really pretty light color, and I'm just going to go in with it straight out of the tube. And I'm going to lay this down as a really nice base for the shimmer to stick to. So I will say I'm not too keen on this color. I feel like it needs a little more oomph to it. But that's just me. I'm going to go in with my second color, this Copper Chic, and I'm going to put it right next to it. Yeah, not doing it for me. I'm sad because you guys know how much I love e.l.f. Like, I love a lot of their products, but this isn't happening for me. I'm not really into it. Can't really get down with it, if you feel me. I'm gonna take a small little brush and just blend this out very quickly because it is marketed as a no budge shadow stick, so I don't want this to completely set before I could blend it out because that would be very, very terrible. I'm now gonna go in with my next shade. It is called Silk. Actually, I lied. I'm switching over to using the shade called True Bronze instead. I'm just gonna use my finger and just tap it on and then give you guys a little view of what it looks like. You can't tell me that doesn't look fire. I'm also gonna pick up the shade called Palladium, I wanna say. It definitely is more of like a true bronze. I'm gonna take it right next to the shade called True Bronze. Wow. Oh God, I'm all over the place. So the shade I put on my lid is called True Bronze, but I definitely feel like this is more of a true bronze. It's kind of like a copper bronze, but that's just me. I'm tapping it right next to that shimmer, just so that way it melts a little bit better. You guys know I love doing this method whenever I'm working with like heavy shimmer on the lid. Ooh, pretty. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of Magma and I'm just gonna intensify the outer V here by blending it into the shimmer. So I'm switching over to an even smaller brush and I'm picking up a little bit of Deep Dive, which is like that black shade within the palette. What's cool about it is that it's black, but it's more of like a satiny black, like it has a little bit of a shine to it. I'm gonna take this and I'm really going to apply it closest to the outer V, just to add some smoke and drama, because why not? We're here, might as well ball out and see what this palette is all about. Ooh, so you know what I'm getting out of this shade? I'm not getting like black, like a powdery black. It is such a smooth black formula that almost melts into the eye. Oh, and it's pigmented and buildable, but it's not like overpowering. Oh, I really like that. So that's all I'm gonna do with this shade called Deep Dive. As you can see, it's a black, but it's not like super black in your face. Like, I really love the dimension it gave my outer corner without it being too overpowering. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade called Beach and I'm going to just apply a little bit above my crease to just bring that transitional shade a little bit higher because I lost a little bit of it in the process of putting on my other eyeshadows. But definitely optional. Do whatever it is that you're into. Now that we have that fallout cleaned up, I am going to go in with the Killer Liner by Too Faced. This is in the shade Killer Black, and I'm just going to apply this towards the very outer part of my eye, and then I'm going to wing it out like I've been doing in like all of my videos. Ooh, you guys see what I did there? I did my liner after my lid color. Like, I'm committed. And it came out super good. Honestly, doing my liner like this as opposed to going in with a liquid eyeliner makes things a lot easier for me personally. I feel like I have more control over my liner and it comes out a million times better. So definitely try it out at home and let me know how you guys feel about it. So another thing I really like to do, especially whenever I go in with a crayon liner and create my wing that way, is I'll go in with a little bit of black eyeshadow. By the way, I am dipping outside of the bronze palette and I'm using the Soft Glam 2 eyeshadow palette, the shade called Noir, to do this step, just because it is super matte black and that's exactly what I want for my liner. To me personally, there's something that looks so good about setting your black gel liner with a black eyeshadow. It almost looks like velvety on the eyes and I feel like it gives it more of a softer look. So that's what I like to do. I'm now going to go in with a little bit of color corrector, which I haven't done in a long time. This is the Flower Beauty color corrector in the shade Medium Peach. I've been dying to try this out, so I'm going to take a little bit on a Real Techniques brush. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush, and I'm going to use this underneath my eyes to conceal darkness. If you guys didn't know, peach concealer really helps combat dark circles. So if you struggle with that, try a salmon or a peach color corrector underneath the eyes before concealer. And I'm also just going to tap it over this area here because I do have some discolored blemishes. I did already moisturize and prime my skin by the way, so that's why I'm not doing it on camera. It's something that I did earlier before I started my makeup. Now, before I jump into foundation, I do want to go in with the Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray by Too Faced. I'm really trying to incorporate more products that are going to add that hydration into my skin. I'm trying to get my skin acclimated before I get on Accutane. As you guys know, I am starting Accutane in like 2 weeks. I did revamp my entire skincare routine and just like my body care routine. I'm literally so excited but nervous at the same time. And I just really want to make sure I'm well prepared. So with that being said, for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Camo CC Cream by e.l.f. Cosmetics. I do have a full review, demo, and comparison on this product, so I'll have it listed right here in the cards if you guys want to check it out. I'm going to be mixing 2 shades. I have Light 240W and Medium 330W, but I think Light is like my perfect shade when I'm not self-tan. So to buff and blend out the liquid makeup, I'm going to use this new sponge right here by Equal Tools. It says it is the Bio Blender. It is a 100% biodegradable makeup sponge. And on it, it says Plant Me. They were nice enough to send me 2. So I have one right here. And as you can see, once you get it wet, it expands and gets bigger. So I'm going to use this to blend out the CC cream today. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealers, the hydrating and also the original formula. This is like my power duo. I love to use this underneath my eyes. I'm actually running out of the original. I definitely need to pick up a backup because it is my favorite. By the way, the shade I'm using in the original is Light Beige, and then in the hydrating formula, I do use Light Sand. And I'm just going to double up right down here because when I wear the CC Cream by e.l.f., I do find that if I don't double up on my problem areas where I do have acne and just hyperpigmentation, it does wear off a little faster than usual. So I have to do that step. So now that I look extra pasty after putting on all of that concealer, let's go in with some cream bronzer. I'm going to use this right here by Fenty. This is the Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer in the shade Macchiato, and I'm going to apply it with the Face 125. This is really going to give my face some color and just bring me back to life. And to set my under eyes in place, I'm going to go in with the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. I'm going to use the Banana and then the light shade. I'm going to take it on this new e.l.f. sponge that I recently got, and I'm going to press it to set underneath my eyes. I noticed that when I wait to set underneath my eyes, it just sets a little bit better as opposed to going in when the concealer is like wet. Just gives me more of a flawless finish. And I'm only really going to concentrate this powder around my nose, underneath my eyes, cupid's bow, chin, forehead. The next thing I'm going to do before moving on is I'm going to go in with the Medium Golden. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and I'm just going to set my entire face. I'm also going to set the areas where I put that cream bronzer, just so that way things don't get patchy. I'm also going to take a little bit of the contour from the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use this to chisel out the sides of my nose. I'm going to blend a little bit right here so that way it just buffs into my eyeshadow a little better. With even more of my face powder, I'm just going to tap over my nose before I go in with my loose powder. Alright, and then of course you guys already know I have to go in with some of the Laura Mercier loose powder around my nose just to kind of shape things up before I go in with my highlight. So while I wait for my nose to bake, I am going to go in with this blush right here by Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Nearly Apricot. It's a really pretty peach shade, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques 405 to apply it. Ooh, this is looking a little too peachy for what I'm going for. So I'm actually going to switch things up, and I'm going to go in with this Patrick Ta blush. This is in the shade She's So LA, and I'm just going to tap the powder first. Even though we have some of this cream on, I'm going to tap on that powder. Things are getting intense really quickly. How do I fix this? All right, I'm gonna go in with a clean brush and I'm gonna try to blend it. Then I'm gonna go in with some of the cream product directly over top, even though they're already looking intense and I feel like I really don't need any, but that's just the way it goes. It's how you apply this product. For highlighter today, I do want to use a highlighter by Milk Makeup. I used this in a video a few videos back. This is the Flex highlighter in the shade Lit. And I'm going to take it on this brush here. Then I'm going to just dust away my nose bake. Then with a little bit more of that highlight, tip of nose, bridge, temples, Cupid's bow, pretty much bathe in it. I do want to finish off my lower lash line, so I'm going to go back into the bronze palette and I'm going to take a little flat definer brush. This one is by Collab. I love that the handle is soft touch. I also love that this is a flat definer, but it is a little bit more rounded, so it's a little bit more comfortable underneath the eyes when you're buffing and blending. So I'm going to take the shade called Ridge and I'm going to smoke this out right under here. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this liner here. It's called Killer Chocolate from Too Faced. And I'm just going to put it in my waterline. And then I'm going to take my flat definer brush and make sure everything is blended and there's no gaps at all. For lashes today, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pop these on by Tati Lashes and Jamie. These are in the style TL Jamie 1. I'm going to measure them to fit my eye because I have not used this style yet. And they are pretty long, but I think they are really going to complement the eyes because they're not too thick. So as you can see, these are super long. I definitely need to trim these. Definitely trim your lashes, you guys. It's really going to make the difference whenever it comes to your false lash. Because if they're too long, you're gonna look crazy, girl. And I can't have that. I only want the best for you. So if you can see that, I cut the very inner part to just be shorter, just so that way they kind of look like they flare out. And that's just how I like to customize my lash. Cute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to customize the other lash, pop them on, and then we'll finish off with the lips. So now that I have my lashes on, I'm gonna go in with the Lash It Out Loud Volumizing Mascara by e.l.f. And I'm going to coat my lashes with the falsies. I do like the wand on this. It is a rubber wand or plastic, whatever. But, ooh, it's combing through the lashes really nice. I'll definitely have to try this on its own to let you guys know how I feel about it. But for right now, it's doing the job. For my lip color today, I will be using the ColourPop lip liner. This one is in the shade BFF3. I'm going to apply a little bit to line. Then after going in with BFF3, I'm going to go in with the NYX Line and Load Lippy. This one is in the shade DM Me. Now you can keep things like this, but if you want things to be a little glossy and saucy, then I'm going to top it with a little bit of the Madison Beer lip gloss in the shade Mercury. And that is pretty much it, you guys. This is the final and completed look. Let me tell you, this is that bronze blown out smoky eye that I was literally feeding for. It's sexy, it's sultry, and it's so put together. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling myself. I'm going to take some bomb pics for the gram, and I'm also going to film some TikTok. So follow me over on TikTok. If you guys do want to recreate this look, I will have all products listed down below. And remember, Natasha Denona Bronze Palette, I will be duping it to an affordable palette. So if you want to recreate this look on a budget, stay tuned. Make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure that post notifications are turned on. So that way you guys are notified when I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.